Hey everyone, it's CanCon 4 and I'm here with Matt and Daniel behind the camera from A Customs. Matt, first of all I want to say thank you so much for coming out to support the community at this Head By event.
Pleasure to be here, man. It's really good.
Why don't you tell us a little about what you do, what's going on with this huge spread?
Right. At A Customs, our focus is really on the live sort of part of things. We work with bands, we work with musicians, and I'm a monitor engineer myself. So for us, it's always been about getting good audio monitors into the ears of the guys that need it to help them do their thing. We actually don't really do much in terms of the audio file side of things, but when we got invited to come up here, we thought, you know what, we're free that weekend. It seems like you guys are interested in some of the gear we have. Let's bring it down and give you guys the chance to listen to some stuff that you might not really get a chance to. That's why we're here.
I've always been very curious about custom in-ear monitors. Never took the plunge myself.
Right.
But for those of you watching who don't know what a custom earphone is, Matt, do you want to tell us a little about what that entire process involves?
Sure. Well, a custom in-ear monitor, basically, you've got your universal in-ear monitors that anyone can use. You can put a sort of compli foam or a tip on it. Some musicians use these. They're generally quite accessible. And then you've got sort of the pro end of things, which is the custom made one. Only one. If it's made for you, only you can use it. You can't really share it around. We get impressions taken, which is a mold of the ear, and we send them off to various manufacturers, which we represent here in Australia, to get made into a custom fit monitor. And the benefits you get is, you get added isolation. You've got space to cram, up to 12 drivers in if that's what you're after. And generally, because of the custom fit, you get a very secure fit. You're not going to fall out when you're jumping around on stage. Again, the isolation factor makes a big difference if you're on stage and there's a lot of noise. But also, if you're on the train or if you're flying around a lot, you travel a lot. They really just help block out that external noise, so you can focus on listening to what you want to listen to. We try and make the process easy because a lot of our manufacturers are overseas. International, Unique Melodies from Asia, we got 64, JH Westo, based in the States. It's been difficult for guys in Australia to get their impression taken to standard and then send them off and hope that something comes back. So.
I mean, I've read some horror stories on the Head5 forums about just emails back and forth and that kind of thing. It's a scary thing because these are a substantial investment.
That's right.
So you guys are there to kind of
well, that's it. I was in that exact position. That's how we started. Is that I needed to get some good in-ear monitors, and I thought, there's only a handful of companies in Australia that make anything, but it seems like I'm getting a lot better value overseas. I want to go for something overseas, but I was a bit hesitant. What if my molds aren't up to scratch? What if I need a refit? What if something goes wrong with them? What kind of impressions do I need? How long is it going to take? Etc. 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 And we thought, you know what? Here's an opportunity here where we could, sort of bridge that gap. So that's what we try and do. We try and stand in the middle. We try and help facilitate a really easy order process. We've got a network of audiologists throughout Australia where we can confidently send clients to knowing that they're going to get well taken care of, they're going to get a good quality impression, and manufacturers will be more than happy to work with. And it's significantly reducing our rate of refit. In comparison to some other companies out there that sort of send you self-impression kits and things like that. I mean, you get one set of ears, you don't want to be messing around stuff, so we always send our guys to professional audiologists, and we've even had some where some very difficult cases and audiologists have actually, when taking the impression, just picked up a few things about their hearing or their ears, and it's actually been a very valuable lesson or experience in sending guys to professional audiologists.
I had to listen to quite a few of these customs, or these are the universal demos of the customs.
Right.
Obviously, they can't make us one on the spot. But I really enjoyed quite a number of them, especially the Unique Melody Miracle. Was it?
Merlin.
Oh, Merlin. Sorry, yeah, the Merlin. Yeah. So that's a hybrid.
Right.
So it's got a dynamic driver and with 4 balanced armatures.
That's right. Yeah, it's that's an interesting in-ear monitor. A lot of the in-ears on this table are balanced armature in-ears. There's no moving coil or a diaphragm or anything like that. But I'm not sure if you're really familiar with dynamic driver in-ears. You might be, but there's something about the texture of the bass. the texture in that.
I'm the biggest fan of like dynamic drive. Like I have this thing about like I have this single kind of campaign about saying single dynamic drivers are, you know, in a lot of ways I do prefer them to multi-balance armature setups just because I feel like I just don't get that sense of texture or realism to the
They're
bass.
very natural sounding kind of.
Yeah.
They reproduce sound in the same way that microphones capture sound. I mean, if you think of it as simply as that.
Oh, that's a
you know,
yeah, no, that's an interesting way of putting it.
So the thing about dynamics is they don't tend to have that high frequency extension, detail, clarity, and speed that you get from a balanced armature ini motor. The balanced armatures originally technology lended to us from hearing aids, you know, which are all about clarity, all about speech and things like that. So Unique Melody is interesting. They actually took a single dynamic driver and they used that for the bass. They've got a three-way crossover and then they've got two mid drivers and two high drivers. So basically they use the balanced armatures to address the deficiencies of the dynamic, but you incorporate that visceral kind of really lovely warm feeling that you get from a dynamic, and they incorporate that into a single ini monitor.
I mean, normally I'm wary about the added complexity, but I'd say I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, it took, you know, I was actually helping Unique Melody a little bit when it came to the design of that. They originally had a different version, which was, how do we say, it was very similar to some of their other inis. They have a very specific house sound, and we fed back a bit of stuff to them, encouraged them down a certain path. You know, for me as a monitor engineer, I was getting a lot of guys saying that they miss out on the feel, especially at the bottom end when they move to a dynamic, when they move to balanced armature ini monitors. You know, you've got all these subs just blasting in front of house, but in their ears they're hearing the bass, but they're not feeling it.
And you guys are based in Melbourne?
Right. I mean, we try and make it as easy as possible. Or if you had a warranty issue or something like that, we just need you to send your units back to Melbourne and we take care of it. You know, we use couriers around the world, but it's kind of, we don't want everyone to have to worry about that every time they need to get a warranty or a refill or something like that.
No, it is good to have a local point of contact in Australia for this stuff.
Yeah, we try and be accessible. You can call us, you got our phone number, I think it's down there somewhere. You know, we're available on email as well, and always give us a buzz.
And of course you got your website.
Yeah, our website, acustoms.com.au. We try and keep it up to date, but again, new products come in, we can't get it up there. But
that's what makes it so exciting.
But ini monitors is one of those things where sometimes you just need to chat with someone about it. You know, they're complex, and everyone on the internet these days has an opinion. And sound is so subjective. What I love today, I might not like tomorrow. And it all depends on the style of music we like listening to. Some people like bass, some people like treble, some people like detail, some people like flat, others like spacious, other people don't like it spacious. Everyone has a different feel. So there's only so much that you can get in terms of reading a review, something like that. So we love doing things like this.
It's great to come out to just listen to this stuff. Right? It's good to have that chance.
Right.
Anyway, thanks so much for coming out and
Pleasure,
supporting the community.
Thanks very much.
And you might be getting an email from me soon about those Unique Melody melons.
Well, I hope we can keep going something, and hopefully it blesses all your guys out there that watch your YouTube channel. And,
thank you.
You know, feel free to plug us as much as you want.
No worries, no worries. Anyway, from CanCon 4, sayonara.
See you later.
What the hell is sayonara?
Sayonara, what the hell was that?
Sayonara!